Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Eye to Eye Live. My name is Kyle. I am part one of the dynamic duo that is Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. The other part, the better half being Jessica. She's not here tonight because this is our weekly Disney Hangout where it's just me and you talking about what's going on in the world of Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, whether that's Disney parks, Disney movies, Disney food, Disney. It doesn't matter what it is, we're here to talk about it tonight. So every Monday night we get on here and talk about those related topics, but mainly it's meant just for us to connect with you and hang out a little bit with you as well. We love connecting with our people that are here as part of our little family within the Disney family, and this gives us an opportunity to do that here. So thank you all so much for being here, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching it on the replay. I really do appreciate you spending any amount of time with us tonight. And tonight, our topic is, if you didn't see there in the marquee up at the beginning, is the weekly Disney Hangout topic is Disney Oscar nominations. So that's something that just dropped news today. I thought it'd be kind of an interesting topic of conversation to bring up. But anything is fair game that you want to talk about tonight, that's just what I have prepared for us to discuss. So let me say hello to a couple people that are in the chat window already watching live. Daniel Halverson, he says hello and how are y'all doing? I love that you use y'all. You know that we're Southern and you know that appeals to my Southernness. You using y'all is awesome. So thank you for that, Daniel. And by the way, Daniel, got your message. Have not forgotten about you. You are on my to-do list for your prize for trivia night. Just getting to it, so please bear with me, sir. I am going to get to you as soon as I can. Badger Bat is in the house. It says, hey, Kyle, Disney's Golden Boy, sup, Kyle? We got every, hey, y'all, sup, hello. Love it. Love seeing a lot of familiar faces here tonight in the chat window. And as you're coming in, please do me a favor, whether it's live or on the replay, make sure you smash that like button. And you also share this out on your social medias if you feel led to do so as well, because we love to have people in here hanging out with us during these conversations tonight. So while I kind of run through a couple of preliminary things, tell me what's going on in your world. What's on your mind Disney-wise? What's on in your world? And fill up the chat window with your conversations and things that you might want to talk about tonight. Because even though, like I said, we have a topic to discuss, I love to hear from you guys. So the main things that I want to share with you is at the end of tonight, we are going to be discussing what the trivia night theme will be. A very interesting one for all of you out there tonight that I think you're going to enjoy. So we'll discuss that. And also at the end, as we always do, we'll mention our Disney Facebook group where you can come and be part of our little community over there if you have not as well. So we'll talk a little bit about that at the end there right now. So I appreciate you guys smashing that like button as you have. But let's see what you're saying in the chat window. He says, great, wondered if you got my message because I didn't get a response. Appreciate it. So I've meant to say this to a lot of people that are messaging us in the Facebook direct messenger. We don't respond or even check that a lot. The best way for you to get in touch with us is going to be via Twitter, via other avenues here. We try our best to keep up with that, but there's just so many different things. It's best if you just kind of come here and kind of get your questions answered here. But yes, I have your message, and you are on my to-do list to make sure we get that coordinated because you are the deserving winner. And as of this moment, you are leading in Disney Trivia Night thus far this year, which I don't know why I'm shocked at that, Daniel. It's just the way you are. You're just good at trivia. It's 1:15 over here, and I'm supposed to get up at 6 for work tomorrow. Why are you even here? I appreciate you so much for being here on trivia nights and for being here on any night that we're doing some live, because you have a challenge that not a lot of us have to face. I know a lot of our UK friends do as well, but it's amazing to me that you're willing to stay on here and hang out with us as late as you do. Disney's Golden Boy. I'm trying to accept the new Mulan movie, but can't. Well, share with me why you're having trouble accepting it. Is it is it because of the political unrest that's going on with that? Is it the changes to the Disney version of it? Is it people's dislike of it? I don't know. Share with me what's your problems with trying to like the new Mulan movie is. Because personally, I will say this, since you brought the topic up, and anybody else can share their thoughts about this too. I think I want them, if they're going to do live action remakes, to do something different with it. I think those have been the most successful one in the terms of that they don't have to be compared to the other ones. So Maleficent and Maleficent 2 didn't have to be compared to Sleeping Beauty because they're two different beasts, literally. One's about Sleeping Beauty, one's about Maleficent. So I just think that, if they're going to do live action remakes, which they will because they make money, they need to put a different spin on them. And so I'm fine with them trying something new with Mulan because I think it's definitely one of those fairy tales that they took out a lot of Disney stuff from it to make room for other things. Disney's Golden Boy says the changes are what are making him sad. Yeah, so no Mushu. It looks like most of the songs, minus some melodies, just from the trailer stuff, are not going to be part of this. But I loved the melody I heard of Reflection in the trailer, and I think it's going to play really, really well on the screen. So I know that's, if you've been spent any of time here on our channel, you know that personally me, but also Jessica and myself, we tend to be eternal optimists and love to go in with a positive outlook, and we find we enjoy things that more. Not saying that's the way you have to do. I like to go in expecting the best and, being proven otherwise. We expected the best out of A Wrinkle in Time, and boy, did it fail. It's the only movie that I've seen in the last 3 years we've been in this channel where I was like, terrible, absolutely terrible. Badger Bat says, I'm sad that there's no Mushu, but otherwise I think it looks good. Yeah, that is definitely an area where I thought there could have been a little bit more, shall we say, creativity, that they could have found a way to work Mushu back into this. But again, I don't really know if you're going to make it more realistic, how you work the character of Mushu into this. Maybe there's going to be subtle hints at him. I don't know. But here's the thing, is it's happening. It is. So you either need to decide, I'm not going to go see this thing, and so be it, or I'm going to go see this. And I would encourage you, if you're going to go see it, go in with as much of an open mind as you can, despite the things that you may not like about it, which I completely understand. I'm having some trouble with the changes too. Let's see. Daniel's responding to Disney's Golden Boy. The changes are necessary, otherwise it will be stale, and we already got the original. So it's kind of along the lines of what I was saying, Daniel. Like it seems like we agree here. If you're going to do something, a redo, make it different. So there you go. I think they could have had Aquafina, if I'm saying her name correct. It sounds like the drink, but I don't know if I'm saying it probably. Do Mushu for a different spin. Absolutely. And look here. Maybe they are going to do something with Mushu, and we just don't know it yet. It seems like the whole Phoenix aspect and this sorceress thing are going to be what, not that it's replacing Mushu, but it's like they took out that character to add this one in. Let's go and see it first, and then we can make some judgments on it. But I agree with you that at face value, the changes are a little bit hard to stomach right now. We can keep talking about that and keep it going, but let me kind of get us started on the main topic that I did bring up tonight, which was the Oscar nominations that were announced today. It's part of the reason that I didn't announce the topic a lot sooner, because I wanted to kind of see what happens. Sometimes I will do that, but if you look online, you can find several websites. I'm looking at the diz.com because they had it most concisely written out the way I wanted to kind of break it down tonight. But let's how about this? Let's ask the room right now what your thoughts are on Oscar or Academy Awards, whichever you choose. Do you see, let's not say which ones or how many number you think they'll win, but do you think Disney's going to win an Academy Award this season? Let me know right now in the comments if you think that they're going to win one or not, because I think there's an opportunity there for them to win one. Now, if you look at, again, the article that I'm looking at, says that the Walt Disney Studios had 23 Academy Award nominations. So this is including Fox properties, Fox Searchlight, Fox this, Fox that. There are a lot of properties that fall within this category, and unfortunately, Jessica and I have made the decision, at least thus far, that we are not going to invest our time and money not even money. Well, I guess money if we go see them into the Fox properties for this year, because in our opinion, this is it's not had enough time to have Disney's hand in enough for me to call it a Disney film or a Disney property, such as the New Mutants, things of that nature. So we'll see. I don't know. I would suspect that maybe after this year we'll make that judgment, but 23 nominations for the Academy Awards for Disney Studios, but we'll talk mainly about Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, stuff like that. Pretty boy Pete, I don't think I've seen you before, but welcome. Thank you for being here. Hope you can join us every Monday and Thursday night live, and if you're not, make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell so you can know when we go live every time. But he says Togo deserves an Oscar. Let me say this, Pete. I have not finished it yet, so if y'all can keep spoilers. I mean, I think we all know what happens at the end of it, but from what I've watched so far, it's really good. If you know anything about me, for those of you that have been here for a while, I've talked about my dog that I was really close with, Corey. He actually will have passed away 5 years ago, or the day after Valentine's Day. 2 days. Anyway, coming up soon. And so I have a real hard time watching dog movies. And I made it through this one thus far, but I know it's going to hit right here at the end of it. But yes, so far, I would tend to agree with you there, Pretty Boy Pete. Love the name too. Alex Brunner is in the house. Alex, you have to come back to Trivia Night. What are you doing with your life, sir? You need to be here on Trivia Nights. You got to give Daniel a run for his money. I know you're busy working, though. Daniel says, I think they are most likely the animated feature and visual effects category is where he's putting his money in. Kind of back on the Mulan topic we were talking about. I'll just address it. I mean, yeah, change stuff around, but don't take away things that make the movie great and funny. I feel like I'm going to see a war movie. And I think that's what they want you to think Disney's Golden Boy. I really do think so. I love this comment. Spoiler, Togo gets superpowers. Thanks, Disney's Golden Boy. Thank you for that. Now it's ruined for me. It's going to be awful. You know what his superpower is? It's the power of the heart. Tugging at it and destroying your heart. Let's see. I have a few of the best picture nods left to see, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, look, we don't have time to go see every one of these movies, and nor have the inclination to do so because they're just too many. Too many Disney ones, much less too many movies in general. Appreciate that, Pretty Boy. It's been 5 years. It's still obviously, it's a sad thing for me, but it's been 5 years. If you have trouble watching dog movies, don't watch it. No! How dare you even bring up Marley and Me in this chat? Marley and Me is a no-no. We don't ever talk about Marley and Me in here, okay? We don't talk about Universal in this chat, and we don't talk about Marley and Me. We just don't do it. And I agree, puppers are the best. All right, I think Two Real Geeks, or it may be just Danny. I don't know if they're both in there, but Two Real Geeks is in the house. Everyone say hello to Two Real Geeks. Thanks for being here. So I asked you all, and I think I got a little bit of response there for if you thought Disney were going to win some nominations on the Oscar Academy Award front. They got the nominations. Will they win the actual awards? And since they were just announced today, I thought we'd talk about them a little bit. Again, 23 nominations, not talking about all of them, just the Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars centric ones, as Jessica and I have made the decision to not really delve into all the other stuff yet this year. So the first one, animated feature film, Toy Story 4 Pixar. How about we take a vote, yes or no? Does Disney, how about everybody who's watching right now, if you can, Danny, if you're driving, be careful. Don't be texting and driving as much as I want you to respond. But Toy Story 4, does it win the animated feature film? Yes or no? Put your vote in the chat window right now. if you can safely do so. I would say here's the interesting thing about that, and there was a lot of conversation about all of this stuff today. We asked the question in our Facebook group about this, which one do you think is going to win? There was conversation about why was Frozen 2 not included. It's interesting that Frozen 2 was not included. I don't know why. But anybody have any guesses why it might not have been included? I'd love to. If you can enlighten me, I'd love it. Golden Boy, you haven't watched Togo either? I guess that's what you're assuming. Air Bud. Yeah, I can't watch Air Bud. Oh, no, I can watch Air Bud because he lives in that one. Avengers better win visual effects because last year they got robbed. We'll talk about that in a second. Walt's here. Everybody say hello to Mouse Talk. No, he says. Toy Story 4 does not win it. This is the Air Bud chat. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, he says, for Toy Story 4. For me personally, I want DreamWorks to... Why are we talking about another company? I'm just kidding. For me personally, I want DreamWorks to win that one, but I do think Toy Story 4 will take it. I think Disney stands a really strong chance of winning this one. I think, in fact, just as a first glance over all the nominations, I think it's kind of sad that I started with this one here because it kind of goes downhill from here. I do think this is the one that they take, if anything. I think they have a strong possibility to take that one home. All right, let's move on to another one. Move down here. Visual effects is what he brought up. You've got 3 Disney films in this category. You've got Avengers Endgame, you've got The Lion King, and Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. So I want to pose this question to the chat room right now, if I can, and give your responses as you will. Please do so. Of those 3, Avengers Endgame, The Lion King, Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, which would you give the visual effects award there? Just between those 3, taking out account of everybody else there, who would you give it? Let's see what you guys think. Alex says he doesn't think Toy Story 4 is going to win. It could go either way probably, but I do feel strongly about that one. Daniel disagrees as well. First Man did deserve to win, but let's stay on topic. You keep trying to steer us away with those other movies, those things we don't go see. Badger Bet says, I think Toy Story 4 will win too. I didn't get into those movies, but I have heard so many good things about it. There was a lot of good this year in Disney movie realm. First Man did look good visually. I just hope Avengers will win, Alex thinks. We know Star Wars will not get anything because it never does. Well, I mean, there is that, Danny. It's, it's that. Golden Boy, Avengers Endgame. Alex, Avengers Endgame. Daniel with the toss-up between Lion King and Endgame. I love it. Danny says Lion King. Okay, so how about this? I think we can all agree that I love the Star Wars. Again, this is... I guess I should be careful about what I say about Star Wars, even though everybody probably here has seen it. But I'll just be careful. There are some really great things visually in The Rise of Skywalker, but there's nothing compared to seeing Mufasa and Simba, father and son, together on the big screen in live action. And then when you take the spectacle of that final battle scene in Avengers Endgame, you just can't beat it. And as much as my little Lion King loving heart wants to give that to the Lion King, I don't know how you can beat the Avengers Endgame visual effects in this. So I'm going to have to probably stick it in that category. How about this? Let's poll the room before we move on to the next one. Does anybody, yes or no, does anybody not think that Disney wins this category? There's been some discussion about, what was the other one? Last Man. What do you think? Yes or no, does Disney win this category? Because if that's the case, then they're going to win too, probably. Badger Bet says, haven't seen Star Wars, I know, slacker, but I think I would give it to Lion King. I like Endgame better as a movie, but I think the work for Lion King is more impressive. Fair opinion. Lion King was a visual marvel. See what I did? Daniel, you and your puns, sir. My goodness. Stevie Lee, thanks for being here. Hello to you as well. I want to say hello to Stevie Lee. Thanks for being here. Hope you can join us every Monday and Thursday night. As much as I love Star Wars also, history does show that path. Yeah, I just don't know that they're going to ever get the respect that they deserve from anybody, fans, critics alike. But you know. Disney wins, Daniel says. Stevie Lee says yes. I'm assuming you're voting for the yes or no on does Disney win this category. Alex says yes. Badger Bet says Disney wins. Oh no, Disney's taking some gold home. So I think we can all, I think most everybody who's in the chat window right now has had a chance to vote. So we're 2 categories in, and we're actually, don't have a lot of time left, but 2 categories in, and we can probably all agree that Disney's going to take the best animated feature category and the best visual effects category. And I think that's probably common knowledge that they probably have the best for. So let's move down here a little bit and talk about some of the other ones. Sound editing. So here's one I think, I don't know how much this really falls into the category of John Williams. I don't know if they're really counting John Williams in this because he composes the music, but he doesn't necessarily edit it, I believe, if I'm correct in saying that. But for sound editing, Oscar, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is in it. Does anybody think that Star Wars stand a chance of winning the sound editing category? And listen, why are you responding to that? I love me some John Williams. I'm going to miss him. But I don't know that he or the editing portion of that is going to win out some of the other ones there. It could, but I think he's actually mentioned. Yeah, I see it now. We'll talk about another one in just a second. But John, the editing portion, I think, is up in the air right now. Staying with the music theme, we'll look and see. Let me scroll down here a second. We'll stay in the music thing here, but let's see what you guys are saying. Alex says, sadly not. Disney's Golden Boy says, yes, it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility, but I feel, how about this? I think a fair statement is I feel less confident that they'll win sound editing versus some of these other musical categories here, which I'm about to bring up to you right now. So original song, we've got 2 categories. We've got 3 technically that are available for Oscar nominations for Disney, but only 2 of them are true, what I would consider Disney properties thus far. Into the Unknown, Frozen 2, written by Kristen Anderson Lopez and Robert Lopez, and then I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4 by Randy Newman. Now look, I love that Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away tune, but who doesn't love catchy Randy Newman music, especially for Toy Story related stuff? But I don't see that one winning it. Into the Unknown, it's a great song, especially that the way that Idina Menzel belts out Into the Unknown. It just doesn't have that, what do they call that, earwig, or when something catches and you can't get it out of your head, quality that most of those type of tunes have. So I don't know that original song is going to be won by Disney this year. So how about I can let you guys respond to that question too. Do you think Disney wins original song, yes or no? And if yes, which one wins it? Going back to the sound editing portion, Danny says no. Sadly, I don't think Disney will get sound editing for me. It's 1917 as the front runner to win. 1917, I think, is going to win a lot of awards. Okay, so in this category, we've got some opinions. I think Frozen wins. Frozen wins. That's 2 from Alex and Stevie. Daniel says, I hope Into the Unknown wins, even though I don't think it will win. So we can probably all say that sound editing versus original song, this is a better category for Disney. I mean, they do have 3 nominations. I think it's possible that Into the Unknown can win, but I just don't see it happening. And then Disney's Golden Boy just says, nah. And there's another bad pun from Daniel Halverson. Y'all all please shun him right now. Everyone please shun him. All right. I think this is one area. Two more, well, three more, but we'll kind of blow past the last two here. But this one right here, I think we can all get behind. Original score, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, John Williams. I haven't listened to enough other soundtracks or scores from other movies this year, but how do you not give the maestro John Williams the nod in this category? In his last Star Wars installment, if there was ever an opportunity for the Academy to give a Star Wars movie an Oscar, you can at least acknowledge the maestro. Is there anyone that thinks that? Let me think of a more specific way to ask this. Okay, yes or no? Do you think Disney wins the original score category? I think, personally, it would be a travesty if they don't give it to John Williams in his final Star Wars installment. Oh, Alex, he's not going to win. See, that's not, I don't know how that sits with me. If the Academy doesn't give it to him, I will be upset. John Williams is great, but he won't get this one. You see, y'all are I know y'all aren't the ones picking it, but this makes me upset that they're not going to give it to John Williams. These are the things. Oh, even Stevie says no. Goodness. Badger Bet says I don't. I'm assuming you say I don't know or no, I don't know. So it doesn't seem like we have a lot of hope in at least our chat window here for who's going to win this one. Look, Disney's Golden Boy at least says maybe. So you're telling me there's a chance. Badger Bet says, I don't know any of the scores, but I hope ever so deeply that he wins. He is amazing. He deserves it. If you don't, Academy, listen to me right now. If you won't do it for Star Wars, do it for John Williams. Give the man an Oscar. Brilliant. That trailer music hit me right here. I think there's one, no matter what your opinions are of The Rise of Skywalker, we can all agree there is nothing wrong with that score. I will fight you if you, I'm just kidding. Probably get me in trouble on YouTube for saying that. But I will strongly disagree with you if you say there's something wrong with that score from John Williams. Look at it this way, Kyle. We're preparing you for the possible loss in this one. Well, and that's what we're here for. We're here for each other. Help us realize the reality of what's going on. And that's what this is. This therapy for me. Okay, well, while you guys are thinking a little bit more on that, let me just give you the last two here as we kind of wind down our time tonight. Makeup and hairstyling, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. I don't know enough about that category to get really excited about it. I don't really see Maleficent 2 winning anything, so there you go. And then animated short film, Kit Bull, which is one of the Disney Spark shorts, or the Pixar Spark shorts that you can see. You've been able to see online, but you can also see it on Disney Plus now. Possibility there. It's a great one. But again, that's not a category that I know a lot in. So let's do a final tally of the room. If you had to put a number on how many Disney Academy Awards are had by the end of that night, how many would you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seriously, if you had to say this is how many I think Disney wins, what will we? Please put that in the chat window right now as we kind of wind down our time. While you guys are thinking about it, though, I guess this would probably be a good time for me to just share a little bit of information with you all while you're thinking about it. Let me pull it up over here. Where did it go? There it is. All right, as I mentioned before, if you have not come over to Facebook, obviously follow us over there. But we also have a Facebook group called Disney Through Your Eyes, where you can hang out and have a good time, talk about Disney trips, Disney movies, just topics, anything really. Honestly, that community is there for you to hang out. I present topics to discuss there all the time, but don't be afraid to speak up and share. But that's for you if you have not come over there to join. We'd love for you to be a part of that group over there because it's a great little Disney family within the Disney family. And then tonight, I can officially announce our next Disney Trivia Night. Drum roll, please. Let me bring it up. The next topic, Trivia Night, is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I got his name right. I almost messed it up. So there you go. Last week, it was, I can't even remember what it was now. Gosh, Kyle, get your mind right. How have you already forgotten your Disney topic from last night? I cannot. This is embarrassing. But Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be our topic for Disney Trivia Night. Now, that goes live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. You need to be there. Daniel won the last couple months. We're keeping track of it for the next 4 months for a prize. Don't let him win again, people. You got to be there to take him. Because even if you don't win, you have a shot at taking some points away from him. Don't you love me, Daniel? He's probably like, just hurry up and send me the prize now, dang it. All right, let's see what you guys said. Daniel said 4 for Oscar nomination wins. Very nice. I love it. Stevie says 2. Disney's Golden Boy says 3. Alex says 3. Badger Bat says Kit Bull has to win. I've only seen one other, Hair Love, and it was good, but Kit Bull was the best. I'll vote for 3 for Kit Bull. Okay, so we've got 3 for 3. One says 2 and one says 4. I think Disney is guaranteed 2. I'm going to venture out and say they win a 3rd, and it better be John Williams. That's all I'm saying. I will be upset if John Williams doesn't win. Anyway, J.K. Simmons, that's what it was. Thank you, Daniel. My mind was blown. So that'll be our top. We've announced our topic for Trivia Night. Lin-Manuel Miranda, so you can study up now. You have the edge on everybody here, knowing what you need to study for. And I really do appreciate everybody being here tonight to hang out with me on Monday nights. We'll be doing this again. Listen out later in the week when I announce the topic for next week. Invite a friend. This is always more fun when we have a lot of us in here hanging out and chatting together. And I really do, from the bottom of my heart, really appreciate everyone who's been here tonight. Make sure you smash that like button and that subscribe button and notification bell if you haven't done so as well. And I hope that you'll go over to Corey Meets World, which I think begins at 8 o'clock. Head on over there and tell them that Disney Eye to Eye Through Our Eyes sent you. And that's all I have for you in this show. I hope to see you either Thursday or next Monday. But until I talk to you again, may the force be with you. And we'll see you real soon. Bye, guys.